Hi friends, Hattie from Honeybee Stampers here. I am going live on my Facebook business page right now to share the March online workshop. So I have several projects to share with you. I'm going to make them with you and show you how I design them and hopefully inspire you for this month. So the March host code is this one here. I shared a host code earlier, and that is for people who are just placing orders not associated with the workshop. However, if you use this specific host code from either today until Monday, the end of Monday, then you are going to be entitled to a free gift from me if your order qualifies. So the order qualification is a $75 order before shipping and tax. And if you do that, you're going to get a free pack of embellishments. I'll kind of share about them in just a little bit when I'm working on the cards. But I'm going to be showcasing a brand new suite of products here called Waves of the Ocean. And this is an early release product, and these are the embellishments. I actually have been using so many of them that I don't have a full pack to show you, but you will in fact receive a full pack of those if your order qualifies. So I'm gonna share with you guys. Let me just refresh my screen for a second. Okay, perfect. I'm going to share with you guys just a little bit of some other things before we get started, and then we'll get right into our projects. So the first thing I wanted to mention is in the month of March, we did a Sweet and Simple card class, and that happened the first weekend in March here at the here at the Honeybee Stampers Studio in Sumter, South Carolina. We created 6 really cute cards, and they are right here. Let me slide this to the side. Here are the cards that they created here in the studio. I did offer this as a class to go as well. So if you like these cards and you would like a card kit, then all you have to do is fill out a registration form to receive that. I have a few kits left. Now the projects that I've designed here, they're all based on product that is actually on sale right now. So Stampin' Up! Is having so much going on. The last chance list just was shared and yesterday, and then I shared that with my customers today. And then also we're having this sale on all these different stamp sets and 20% off of those stamp set or bundles, and then also 20% off the mini cut and emboss machine, which looks like this. You're probably familiar. Hi, Nan. Thanks for sharing, or thanks for joining us today and commenting. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that to you. The kit that would come to you looks like this. All the pieces are cut and prepped for you. The embellishments are included in each of the envelopes. Now, if you don't have all of these stamp sets, you can, of course, use something that you already have. So just as an example, this right here, you're going to get the DSP already cut for you. You're going to get these 2 pieces cut, and then the base of the card as well as the embellishments, and then this die cut piece will be cut for you as well. I'm sure you probably can find a stem stamp in your collection that you have already that may not be part of the hydrangea bundle. So if that's the case, then you would just stamp the leaves and then put this right on top. You can use your own sentiment, and then that card is done. So I try to design them so that you're able to use product that you already have. There are times where, you know, how it's designed, it's probably best to use the product that I use, but you don't have to. I know we're all creatives, or maybe if you're new, this is something that you can try out. Just let me know if you have any questions about that, but I just wanted to share with you about that little card kit because I have a few left. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining. Okay, so let's get into what we're going to be talking about today. So Waves of the Ocean, this is an early release product. And what that means is the new catalog is actually going to come out in May. And Stampin' Up! Has offered this suite of products to us now that we can order ahead of time. Now, there is a little bit that I need to point out to you because we've got the stamp and the dies that coordinate together. These are going to be available in the next upcoming catalog. However, these items down here are not. So the coordinating designer series paper, the blue foils that you see here, as well as those rhinestones, are not going to be available in the new catalog. These are going to be available while supplies last or until May 2nd. So you want to make sure that if you love those, that you grab them, because when they're gone, they're gone. We had another suite of products that was an early release called Eden's Garden. And I really thought that, you know, I was like, there's no way they're not going to continue to share these gems and this paper and this specialty, you know, cotton paper later. But sure enough, once it was done, even if I don't even know that it sold out, because they never told us that, it was gone. So if you love it, grab it. Thank you, Linda. Today's cards are really simple, but I do have a few techniques that I want to share. And so let's just jump in and get started, and I'll do a little bit more talking later. Let me set that to the side. Okay. So let's start with our first card. This one's a pretty easy card here. Okay, so I have a lot of the cards that I have are blue because a lot of the DSP is really dark, vibrant blues. And so I thought, let me just do a quick and easy card that shows off some of the color. And I also wanted to show off something that's retiring. I'm kind of devastated about this one. But these dies right here, the Stitch So Sweetly dies, these are actually retiring with this next catalog. And so they're available while supplies last right now. This is what they look like. They are a must. I use these all the time, and I'm really sad that they're going, but I know I've already seen the new catalog and they've got some great stuff coming out, so I'm going to be excited when I see that. But from now until that happens, I'm going to be using these a lot. So I just wanted to point them out because I have a feeling they'll sell out. Okay, let's put this card together. So I love the Calypso Coral in this designer series paper. There's also Daffodil Delight in here, and it is just a bright, pretty color. I'll have to share the video. If you guys haven't had a chance to look on the Stampin' Up! Facebook page, they shared a video on how they put these papers together. So the paper is actually painted, it's like poured, and then they take a photograph of it and then they turn them into prints. So it's quite fascinating. So what I'm going to do here is, for this card, I did not have the Sahara Sand originally as a layer, and I decided that I wanted to add that just to add a little something extra to this card. So I'm going to layer that in a minute. And then here are those two Stitch So Sweetly dies that I was mentioning earlier. They are in, let's see here, they are in the current annual catalog, and they'll be available while supplies last or until May 2nd. So this right here, I love to put the two layers together just to add a little bit of dimension. I'm just going to take our sentiment and stamp it on that smaller die cut. I think with this sentiment, I can completely see this going to, well, anybody really, but a young kid. I don't know, that's what I thought of when I saw that. Okay, there's that. And then I'm going to stamp this. I love that these stamps are distinctive, and you guys probably hear me saying this all the time. Distinctive is a beautiful style of stamping that's exclusive to Stampin' Up! That has so much detail and shading that it just gives a lot of dimension to whatever you stamp. So let me stamp it this way here. I'm going to stamp this little seagull, or maybe this isn't, no, this is a pelican. Okay. So if I bring this up and you look a little bit closely, you can see how I only inked it up one time, but you've got those variations of dark and light, and I used Sahara Sand ink for that. And then what I would do is just take our dies and die cut them out. Let me grab those dies for a second. Well, I actually don't know where I even stuck them already that quick. Okay, so the good thing is I've already die cut these out for you just to save on some time, and they will look like that. So we will add those to our cards in just a minute. I'm going to set that to the side. All right, that's all the stamping that we really need to do for this particular card. So let's attach everything. And then you guys will have to tell me. I'll go through all the paper and show you the patterns up close at the end so you can kind of get a better look at it. You'll have to tell me if you like this Sahara Sand layer. I love layers. I think that they just always add to the card for sure. It's just 1/8 of an inch around it, so it's just very minute, but it just looks good. Okay, and for this one, I'm actually going to pop this up with dimensionals, but before I do that, let me put this main one down. Okay. And then I did grab my dimensionals. So I just love this layering look with these two dies. I really do. And we're gonna center that in the middle there. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna pop this up. Nope, you know what? I think I'm gonna put it flat because I've already got so much popped up. If you do too much with the dimensionals, then you're gonna have a hard time mailing your card. If it was you were giving it to someone in person, then it would be fine. Okay, now for these little pelicans, something that I did was added some color. So if you take our stamping blender pens, these are, let me focus on it maybe not. Okay, so these have been around forever. They're a dual tipped marker, and all you have to do is kind of wipe them off on a piece of clear paper like this to make sure there's no ink or anything on it, and it has like a glycerin solution in there that allows you to color and pick up color. And what I think it does is it helps me if I'm doing ink to my card, it helps it to have a softer look instead of our markers that coordinate. Okay, so another thing you can do is after you've stamped, you can actually take the blender pen with nothing on it and color over a stamped image, and it'll pull some of the color from the stamp and kind of color it in. It's best if you do this right after you stamp because then it really has an opportunity to color. If you do it too much, it'll pill, so be careful with that. All right, and then I want to take our Calypso Coral ink pad and I will pinch it in the middle like this. And when I open it up, I can grab some color out of here and just add a little bit of color to this pelican's beak. And then you can layer the color. You can make it as dark or as light as you want it to be. So then to get rid of that color and to use another color, you just wipe it on a piece of clean cardstock or paper, and then you're good to go. I wouldn't wipe it on a napkin because then that really draws out the solution that's inside. Now let's add these pelicans on. I just think they're so cute. And I am going to use some liquid adhesive so I can position it. And I think I want it to go right about here. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit of liquid adhesive right here. And I'm going to slide this in there to give the illusion that these were all together. And then at this point, you could actually even add another dimensional right under here to keep it all together. There. Okay. Now I have another product that's actually retiring as well that I want to make sure I point out to you because I think this is on sale too, and it'll go fast. So it looks like this, and these are, ooh, I'm forgetting the name of these already, but they've been around for a little while, and they're adhesive back sequin, and they have different colors. There's like a pool party in here, Calypso Coral, rich raspberry. The great thing about these is that this rich raspberry can go with several different shades of our cardstock. Same with the pool party. This will look great with Night of Navy as well. Coastal Cabana, it just looks great with all of those colors. So what I'm going to do is embellish these. I did the darker one last time. Let me try this lighter color. I cannot remember what these are called. I'll look it up and I'll share it because I'm drawing a blank right now and I don't have the packaging anymore. Okay, there. So you guys will have to tell me in the comments down below. Oh yes, Linda, thank you. That's correct. Artistry Blooms, I think. Adhesive back sequin. Thank you. So you guys will have to tell me which one do you like better. Do you like the little bit of the Sahara sand layer in the back, the darker embellishments or the lighter embellishments? And that's our first card. Super simple, very quick and easy to put together. Okay, let's move on to our next card. And actually, before we move on to our next card, I didn't stop and actually show you the product. So let's do that so you can kind of have a point of reference when I'm talking about this. So first of all, the star of the show is the stamp set. And they've got, I love when they do the combination of script and then just block lettering. Love the way that looks. So the sentiments are amazing. And then you've got this beautiful tidal wave that's also that distinctive look. And I can't wait to show you the next card because I'm going to show you how to color it. And then we've got this one that we just used. And then, of course, the little pelicans, seagulls, whatever those things are. And then you've got some dies that coordinate. And I can't believe, I think I must have left my dies over in my crafting station. But let me see if I can show you the dies from the paper here. So, of course, these are very, very small. Here we go. But the dies, you've got two of these waves here, and they do layer together nicely. The other thing I really love is you've got these clouds here, and then you've got this weird looking die that's this one and this one. If you die cut the cloud and then you die cut that in a different color, you can layer that on top of the cloud and it gives the cloud dimension, and it's really pretty. Then we've got these little, I'm going to say seagulls because I keep kind of gravitating towards that. And then you've got your little pelican on his wooden stoop. And then you've got these two. I love these. These are fantastic little sentiment dies. So it is a great, great set. And I'm glad that they're going to be carrying it over and that we'll get to play with it some more. So now let me share with you some of the other pieces of this suite. So we've got this here. This is the blues foils. So you've got two different colors of blue, and then you've got this silver. So there's so much you can do with it. I should have embossed these foils to be able to show you how amazing they look when you use a dry embossing technique with it. Maybe I'll have to hop on and do that in another video. Okay, and then, of course, the Designer Series paper. So stinking beautiful. So this Designer Series paper is double-sided. It comes in sheets of 12 by 12. I've just cut it down so that it's easy for me to handle. And then if you flip it over, you've got all these bright, gorgeous colors on the other side. So let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. So you've got 6 different double-sided designs, 2 12 by 12 sheets of each. So that's our paper. And then the gems. Sorry, guys, I've been eating. Oh, I'm hungry. What am I talking about? I've been using these up. So you are going to have, I think, 168 gems, and they're different colors. There were darker blues on this side, and then there was kind of like a lighter blue, I think, on this side. But anyways, with a $75 order using this host code, I will send you a pack of these in the mail for free as a thank you. Okay, so let's move on to our next card. Get this one out of the way. As I mentioned, that tidal wave is so pretty. And what I did with this card, another simple card, is that I colored in the tidal wave, and I'm going to show you how I did that. I actually had a class that I did earlier this week at a church, and it was a lovely group of women that attended, and I did this card for them. And so that's why I have this washi tape here, just in case as they were working on it, somebody lifted this stamp. I wanted to make sure I put it back exactly how I had designed it. And then I also put some washi tape here so that as they passed this stamparatus around, they were able to put their paper exactly where it needed to be. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a piece of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to flush it against the spine here, and then also against the washi tape. I want to make sure it's in the same spot every time so that the stamping looks good. Now we're going to take some Coastal Cabana ink. That's the lighter ink, and that's what I want to start with. So we'll just ink this up. And then, oh, let me get it in the right spot again. We'll bring down our stamparatus lid. Okay, and there you go. We've got that first image of the tidal wave. Now, to add the color, you're going to take a Pacific Point ink. Oh, shoot, I forgot my little sponge daubers. Oh, let me grab that. Hold on. Okay, I want you to be able to do this at home. So you're going to take a sponge dauber that looks like this. They're really inexpensive. And what I do is I just stick my finger in there and I apply some ink. And then I'm just going to ink up certain areas of the stamp. So because when you put the sponge dauber on, it's a circle shape, you do want to kind of pound around it so it doesn't look like that. Just that stark circle. Okay, now that I've done that, hopefully this is still where it needs to be. Yep, I'm gonna bring it down. And you can see there that I've added some color to the wave. And then if you wanted to add a little bit more, you could, because you've got the Stamparatus there to be able to stamp it exactly where you stamped it originally. So I love the Stamparatus for that particular technique along with so many other things. So now that we've done that, we're going to take our sentiment. Your strength is an inspiration. It's a beautiful sentiment for this card. And I'm just going to stamp in the top right. I'm using the Pacific Point for this. There we go. And we've got these little seagulls, so let's add a couple of those. You can just randomly put those on like that. And this card is nearly done. See, today's cards are really simple. Okay, let me get the rest of my pieces out. So here's some of the rhinestones here. When I did the class at the church, I made sure I cut all of the rhinestones out for everyone so that they had exactly what they needed with their cards. We'll just add this layer on. And this is the Coastal Cabana, and this Pacific Point color combination is beautiful. Put these on with some dimensionals and then we'll embellish, and this card's done. Let's see here. I am really flying through these cards today. And I agree with you, Linda. I have so much more stamping with this suite of products to do before it's the new catalog and before some of the pieces are gone for good. All right, we'll just center that on there and let's embellish. It's a little bit harder to get these embellishments up when they're on these little tiny pieces, but we'll see what we can do. Our take your pick tool usually is a great help. So we'll do that one. You could try the putty side if you wanted to too. It doesn't want to work with me. Okay, right there, and one more. And right there. If you guys already have this suite of products, you'll have to just let me know in the comment section. And definitely if you're part of my VIP group or my Honeybee Stampers group, share with us. I know Nan shared with us the projects that she did, and it was just absolutely beautiful. So I appreciate that so much. So there's our second card. Super simple, quick and easy. Okay, now for our very last card. And then I have a couple extra samples to share with you. Okay, this last card is this one here. I was inspired by this sample on this page here. This is something that I want to say that this is available on the website. I'm not sure if it is or not. This is something I printed off the demonstrator website, but they've got these great samples here, and I really loved how they used these two pieces together. So those were the two waves, and I just chose one of the waves and die cut two of them out using the foil and just put that together. And then the inside of the card, I wanted to show off some more of that DSP and stamp that. So let's get started on this card, because I do want to talk to you guys about how you can attach this without using the liquid glue. Thank you, Linda. You're so sweet. All right, get my pieces out here. We're going to use a Night of Navy card base. for this. And then I did cut out this is the other side of the paper. I cut out this one that had a little bit of that Coastal Cabana or Pool Party with some of that dark blue in it. And the smaller piece is going to go on the front. This is another one that I probably could have done an extra layer, but I just felt like the tidal waves dies were just so pretty that I didn't want to take away from that too much. So I'm just going to center this on the front of my card here. Okay, I've already die cut out this little die for you. This is one of those label dies that I mentioned earlier. That's part of the die set. It's amazing. All of the dies fit in our little mini cut and emboss machine. I'm pretty sure they all do. So what you would do is, move this out of the way. Okay. What you would do is take some of our blue foil that looks like this, and you're going to die cut it. And I can't believe I don't know where I put the dies. Oh my goodness. Oy vey. So I'm just going to show you how I did it. And I did end up die cutting some out for the sake of this video already. So we'll just kind of move on from there. So anyways, you're going to take your foil sheet, and then you're going to take a package of our adhesive sheets. The adhesive sheets look like this, and they come in a big pack. I think there's 10, nope, there's 12 sheets in each. And what these do is they turn anything, any cardstock, any DSP into a sticker. So I've cut a little piece of it off, and I don't know if you can see from your vantage point or not that there's some seams that go along there. All you have to do is either look for the seam, or you can bend the paper to find it, and you just peel off the backing. And then I'm going to take whatever cardstock, DSP, whatever it is that I'm using, and I'm going to add it to the back of it. Now I'm going to peel off the other side. I agree with you, Linda. This is definitely some gorgeous paper that you can use for a lot of different things. So now I've placed this on the other side. What I would do next, and I'm sorry I don't have my dies with me, but I would take my die cutting machine. And our die cutting machine, our little mini die cutting machine, comes with all of these plates here, and the plates tell you exactly how to layer them to be able to cut. So what I would need to die cut is the platform 1 and then 2 platform 2. So I would place that on here, and then I would place my piece that has the little sticky stuff on the back, just like that. I'd place my die on top of it to make my sandwich, and then this, and I would run it through. Okay, now once I've done, excuse me for that loud noise, once I've done that, I'm going to have these die cuts that look like this, and they're going to have adhesive on the back. That is going to be so much easier for you to attach to your projects than using liquid glue. If you use the liquid glue, especially on this really shiny foil, that liquid glue will make the shiny foil dull and sticky and look dirty, and you just don't want that. So now is the task of finding where the adhesive backing is. Let me just try to use my fingernails. Oopsie. I just kind of went to the side here and pulled it. And you can see that that adhesive sheet is coming off, and what's left is a sticky residue. All right, or a sticky layer. Now that you've got the sticky layer, makes it feel like a sticker, then you can kind of go onto your paper and place it down. How easy was that? It's so much easier than trying to take your liquid glue and just put it in all the right places. Now we're going to do the same thing with this one. Okay, pull off that sticky adhesive. I can't tell if I have adhesive on this side too or not. Let's see here. Hold on one second. I think I do. That must have been a split in the adhesive. Okay. All right, good enough. So, oops, I made this a little bit too long, so let me put it down and then I'll trim it. So then what I did was I layered this, or I placed this above the other tidal wave. Let me come in here and cut this off. There. Okay, now because I want to hide this little junction right there, I took a piece of the designer series paper, the same paper that I used on the front, and I just cut a strip of it, and I'm going to layer this on there. If you wanted to, you probably could just do that and it still looks good. I don't know, I like the layer. So let's add that on here. Okay, now I die cut this out of our Night of Navy to coordinate with the Night of Navy card base, and then I embossed it. I heat embossed it. Now, if you look at the stamp set, you'll see that the sentiment actually is, our friendship is a thing of beauty, and instead of trimming that or cutting that, I just omitted it. You can either put something on the part that you don't want to ink up if you wanted to do it that way, or you could just kind of eyeball it. The wording is spaced out enough that you can eyeball it. So I'm going to put our friendship is this time. The first time I just did our friendship, but I thought I'll split it up differently. Okay, and then what I do, because the Versamark is a sticky ink and you can kind of tell where it is on your stamp, I make sure that I don't have any Versamark on the A and forward. So then once I've done that, I'll kind of eyeball it here and stamp down. Okay, I don't really love the way I stamped that, but that's all right. What you do next is you take this and you shift it or sift it through the embossing powder, the white embossing powder, and then I tap off the back, and what you see is the sentiment that you want. Now, if you happen to have some extra stuff on the side there, now's a great time to just be able to wipe it off. There you go. And then when you heat emboss this, it'll be exactly as you want it. So I'll heat emboss it later because I think I do want to re-stamp that. Okay, so if you're new and you're wondering what heat embossing is, it's basically just taking one of our heat tools and plugging it in and heating over the top of it until that melts. So this looks lopsided to me. Now, once you've done that, we're going to do the inside of the card. We're going to take this piece that's a little bit larger than the front piece, and I'm going to adhere this down. It was kind of hard for me to put glue on this really pretty side. I wanted to use it. It's just so nice. And I'm going to layer it on here like so. So I have a nice border around it. Okay. And then I'm going to take another piece of basic white, and this is where you're going to be able to write your message to whoever you're sending this card to. Let me clean off our stamp. I want to get the Versamark off of here. Okay, there we go. And then we'll grab some Night of Navy ink, and we're going to do that whole omitting thing again. We're going to omit the rest of the words and just put a thing of beauty. I'm going to try. So just ink that up. Double check to make sure I got a little bit on my A. Okay. I think that's good enough. A thing of beauty, and try to center that. Okay, let me see here. I did that wrong. The A isn't colored. Okay, I said that doesn't look right. Let me redo that. Okay, so A is colored. Good. That's why we have two sides of the paper, which is always a good thing. And then let's try that again. Okay, that's off too, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna center that on there, and that card is done. You guys will have to tell me if you like it better where it says our friendship is, and then when you open it up, a thing of beauty, or do you prefer this card that says our friendship is a thing of beauty? I don't know. Now I'm kind of liking this better. So let me know in the comment section which one you like better. And I will have to amend this one if you guys didn't, if this isn't the popular vote. Okay, so those are the cards. Let me bring in the 3 cards that I did again, and I'm going to show you some extra cards. So we've got This one here, our friendship card that has the foil, so pretty. Oh my gosh. This one with that little technique here with the Stamparatus, and then here is this one. So these are our 3 projects for today. Again, if you decide that you want to place an order and use this host code, you will get the embellishments, a full pack of the Rhinestone Wave Basic Jewels that you can use over and over again for free with a $75 order before shipping and tax. Now let me share some more projects with you guys. As you know, I have a team of stampers that is called the Beehive, and it's an awesome group of ladies, and we've got some men in there too, and they love the discount that Stampin' Up! Has to offer. So, for example, I mentioned to you guys that there is a discount going on right now for, let me show you. All the stamps that I use for these, for example, are on sale, as well as this machine. So they get not only the discount that's going on with Stampin' Up, but they also get their discount. So they're getting a 20 to 25 additional % off of those products. And right now with the last chance list, it's the same situation. So we have some product that's 50% off while supplies last. They're going to get 20 and 25% on top of that. So with our team, we have a team swap, or I'm sorry, team make and take that we do every single month. And these are the cards using the same suite of products. And you can just kind of get a different idea of some more cards. And here's the last one. And how it works is it's just $10, and our team is able to receive all the card kits for these 4 cards mailed directly to them for just $10, and then they can put them together and have these beautiful cards ready to go. So that is just a perk for being on my team. And there's that. Here are the projects that we made today, our host code. And let me think if there's anything else I want to share. I'll put some more comments and things in the description above, and share a link with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely plan to do a little more stamping with this product because it's so pretty. I'll have to check and see if all this information is right directly on the website. And if it's not, I'll have to share it with you guys. But it's such a beautiful product line. And don't forget, these are while supplies last only. And these dies right here and these embellishments are actually going to be retiring. And I think these are on sale. So enjoy and have a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks. Thanks, Nan. Bye-bye.